The empty seat was there, but no one seemed to notice. It was as if it had always been vacant, a forgotten space in the bustling classroom. "Hello, I'm Maui, and I'm about to take you on a journey through the corridors of my high school, where reality seems to be unraveling at the seams." It all started on a seemingly ordinary Tuesday morning, when I walked into class and felt a strange sense of unease. Something was off, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. As I scanned the room, my eyes landed on an empty desk near the window. It wasn't unusual for someone to be absent, but this felt different. The seat looked ... forgotten. I turned to Yuki, my best friend since elementary school, and whispered, "Hey, where's Riku? Is he sick today?" Yuki looked at me with a mixture of confusion and concern. "Riku? Who's that? There's no Riku in our class. Owie!" I felt a chill run down my spine. How could Yuki not remember Riku? We'd all been friends since the beginning of high school. As the teacher walked in, I raised my hand, determined to get to the bottom of this. "Sensei, I noticed Riku isn't here today. Is everything all right?" The teacher's brow furrowed as she looked at me, then at the class roster. "I'm sorry, Owie, but there's no Riku in this class. Are you feeling okay?" The room suddenly felt too small, too warm. I nodded weakly and sank back into my chair, my mind racing. Throughout the day, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. During lunch break, I decided to investigate further. I headed to the school's photo gallery, where pictures of each class were displayed. As I scanned our class photo from just last week, my heart nearly stopped. There, in the middle of the third row, was an empty space where I knew Riku should have been standing. It was as if someone had carefully edited him out of existence. My hands trembling, I pulled out my phone to check my photos. Surely, I'd have pictures of Riku. We'd been on countless outings together. But as I scrolled through my gallery, I found nothing. No trace of Riku anywhere. It was then that I noticed something odd in my notes app. There was an entry from yesterday that I had no recollection of writing. It simply said, "Don't forget Riku." I felt a cold sweat break out on my forehead. What was happening? Was I losing my mind? Or was there something more sinister at play? I needed answers, and I needed them fast. As the final bell rang, signaling the end of classes, I made a decision. I was going to sneak into the teacher's office and see if I could find any clues about Riku's disappearance. Waiting until the hallways were empty, I slipped into the office, my heart pounding in my chest. I quickly scanned the room, looking for anything out of the ordinary. That's when I saw it. A folder labeled Student Records sitting on the desk. With shaking hands, I opened it, and what I found made my blood run cold. Inside was a list of names, some of which I recognized as former students who had mysteriously transferred or dropped out over the years. But what shocked me most was that many of the names were crossed out, with dates next to them. As I flipped through the pages, a familiar name caught my eye. Riku Tanaka, crossed out with yesterday's date. My mind was reeling. What did this mean? Was our school involved in some kind of conspiracy? Were students being erased? As I was about to close the folder, something made me pause. There, at the bottom of the last page, was my own name, Aoi Nakamura, and next to it, today's date. I felt the room spin around me. What was going to happen to me? Would I be the next to disappear? Forgotten by everyone I knew and loved? As I heard footsteps approaching the office, I quickly put the folder back and slipped out, my heart racing. Now, as I sit here in my room, writing this down, I can't help but wonder, how much time do I have left? Will I wake up tomorrow? Or will I simply cease to exist in everyone's memories? The thought terrifies me, but I'm determined to uncover the truth behind these disappearances. If you're reading this, please, don't forget me. Don't forget? Riku, something strange is happening at our school, and I fear I may be the next victim. I don't know who to trust or where to turn. All I know is that I need to keep investigating to find out what's really going on before it's too late. As the sun sets outside my window, casting long shadows across my room, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched. The soft ticking of my clock seems to echo the countdown to ... something. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I'm determined to fight against whatever force is trying to erase us. I've set multiple alarms on my phone, each with the message, "Remember Riku? Remember yourself." I've written notes and stuck them all over my room. I've even considered writing on my skin, anything to anchor myself to this reality. But will it be enough? As I prepare for bed, I can't help but wonder, what if I'm not the one forgetting? What if it's the world that's forgetting us? The thought sends a shiver down my spine. I close my eyes, hoping against hope that when I open them again, everything will be back to normal. But deep down, I know that nothing will ever be the same again. So, if you're out there listening to this, please remember Riku, remember me, and most importantly, remember that sometimes the most terrifying things are not what we can see, but what we can't remember. The truth is out there, hidden in the gaps of our memories, in the empty spaces where people used to be, and I'm going to find it, no matter what it takes. As I drift off to sleep, I can't shake the feeling that tomorrow, when I wake up, I might not be me anymore. Or worse, I might not wake up at all. But I'm not going down without a fight. I'll keep searching, keep remembering, keep existing, because in a world where people can be erased, the act of remembering becomes the most powerful form of resistance. And so, with my heart pounding and my mind racing, I close my eyes, hoping that tomorrow I'll still be here to continue the search for the truth. Because in this twisted game of forgotten memories and vanishing classmates, the only thing I know for sure is that I can't afford to forget. Not Riku, not myself, not the truth that's hiding just beyond the edges of our collective memory. Good night. And remember, in a world where forgetting is the norm, remembering becomes an act of rebellion. Stay vigilant, stay curious, and above all, stay memorable. Because in the end, our memories might be the only thing standing between us and oblivion. Until next time, if there is a next time, this is Aoi, signing off. Don't forget me!